were too sweet for me until I stumbled along the river and fell in. The snake's back on his feet, walking down the street. He's coming for you, but baby, I'm coming too. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for your love. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for your love. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for your love.
You had to do that right then?
I didn't realize
You had to do that right then?
I didn't realize it was going to make a noise.
You didn't have any idea that I was going to make a noise. Hello, everybody. It is February 5th, 2024. I am Drew.
And I'm Tara.
Tara is the rude one that decided she had to open her bottle of soda right as I'm about to do our show intro. This is America's #1 sibling, sports and entertainment, Chicago-based, butthole buffoonery, 69 celebrating, top podcast. It is MELLONfights.
Yeah.
MELLONfights. I feel like I have to shut my window. I feel like I can hear everything coming in from outside. Hold on. Keep talking.
There's a party going on in the hood. Drew's got to close off his window so everyone can hear the goods. The melon fight goods. You got to hear the melon fight goods.
I could hear
Yeah.
every train. I could hear everything. I could hear
Plane.
every train, every
Automobile.
every dog bark. I can already hear. I'm already making a ton of noise. My jacket, my sick ass jacket.
I know your jacket. I feel like your desk is making noise.
They all make noise. I'm the noisy boy. They call me Noisy Andy.
Yeah, as you yell at me for my
Yeah,
very
but guess what?
slight-
Mine's charming.
very slight-
Yours was right when I was trying to do the intro, though. If you would have done it right now, I wouldn't care. But it's right as I'm about to go, hey, everyone. So now our podcast isn't even going to start right. Because you are out
That's
here
on
making
you.
noises. That's not on me. It's
You
on
could have
you.
just waited a second till it
No.
ended the
Everyone needs to know that you're trash.
I needed
You're diet dude.
I needed some dew.
We got a weird week. Last week we were jam-packed with a million and one
Jam-packed.
things. An
Yeah.
hour 45 we went. This week, we're not as jam-packed. We're not even close to as jam-packed. So I don't even know what we're going to get out of this one. Obviously, we're going to talk about the upcoming Super Bowl, but I don't know if Tara prepared anything for the Super Bowl. Did you?
Was I supposed to?
I mean, it's the Super Bowl. You didn't have any thoughts about it?
I have thoughts about it.
Yeah, but you didn't have any games?
No, Drew, I don't. Do you have any games?
We have some ideas, some bets, some things like that where we're going to talk about heading into it. It's a Super Bowl. It's pretty big. We're a sports and entertainment podcast.
I know. I'm ready to talk Super Bowl.
Yeah, but we're just going to talk about. There was no game, so all we can do is talk. We already kind of talked about the game.
Well, there was a Pro Bowl.
Yeah, we'll talk about that, I guess, if we have to.
We don't have
We
to.
have to. I mean, we will.
Did you watch the Grammys? Because I did.
No, I didn't even know they were on last night. To be honest.
But Drew, we're a sports and entertainment podcast, and you
but
didn't even watch the Grammys.
But the Grammys, the Grammys suck. They're probably the worst award show because they're so pointless. They're just so dumb. They're bad. I don't even know who won nothing. I don't know who won nothing. I don't know who's up for nothing.
The crazy thing is it was. So I watched it all. I didn't even start it after to have some ability to fast forward through.
You're not even using your mic. Tara's not even using her mic. I'm like, why does she sound like such a dipshit? She doesn't even have her mic on.
I don't think I can change it.
Me, you don't think you can change it?
I can't change it mid-talk.
No, you'll have to go out and come back in.
Oh, Jesus.
So much for me putting up our first pod ever. Let's go. Get out, get in. Get in.
Hey, that's on you to check it, mister.
I mean, come on. You should be checking your own microphone. I'm going to keep talking while she's gone. I shouldn't have to babysit. She's going to have her microphone every time. We've only been doing it for 94 episodes now. I'm like, oh, why does that not sound right? Oh, because the microphone wasn't on. How long do you think it's going to take her to get back in? How much do I have to vamp about how she sucks at this? 1994 is 10 years old. Oop, Tara's coming back in. Here she comes. Let's test that mic out. Tap it. That's not helpful.
That was helpful.
No,
those
always
kisses were right in the mic.
No, you got to tap it.
Yeah.
Now you're all right. We got it. Don't do that because that doesn't help. Because that'll be picked up by anything. But tapping it,
Felt good.
you can tell you're tapping the mic. I talk shit about you. Don't worry. We're back. What were we talking about? I don't even remember. What were you?
The Grammys.
Oh, the Grammys. Yeah, nobody cared about the Grammys. What was weird about it? You said something was weird about it.
There was a lot of weird shit going on in the Grammys.
I wasn't listening at all because I was like trying to figure out if it was your mic was on or not. It wasn't.
So I wrote a few things down about the Grammys. So the person that was nominated for most Grammys this time was SZA, and she performed, and she was lip syncing, and it was stupid. Everyone else didn't. Miley.
Yeah.
She won her first Grammy.
She's never won a Grammy before?
No.
Oh, wow. What'd she win for Flowers?
She won for Flowers.
I mean, it was the most streamed song in like history of the world, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So she better win
And she performed Flowers,
mm-hmm.
and like people were. I feel like they did the Grammys different this year, where they had tables everywhere instead of seating, and so people were sitting in their tables and being celebrities and just sitting there. And she was like, "Don't act like you don't know this song," like when she was in the middle of performing, because she was just like really giving it her all, and no one was giving it back. So then finally they started to.
The only thing I saw from the Grammys, speaking of that, was it was just shots of J-Lo and Ben together, Ben Affleck. And J-Lo was kind of digging grooving tunes, and it's just Ben had that look that you see him have all the time now. We're just like, I wish I wasn't here. Look, it's really quite funny. It's like, bro,
I don't even think I saw that.
Huh? I just saw a bunch of just shots of someone did a little montage. I saw maybe there's like 5 shots they showed, and he never once looked like he was enjoying himself, which is kind of like, then don't even go, homie. Like,
exactly.
It's people's big night. Like, you want people to go to you want J-Lo to go to your award show and think it's not boring to watch a montage of 800 movies that came out in the last 100 years? Like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, Ben.
Come on, Ben.
I don't know.
So,
it's a weird relationship.
The other Taylor won.
What'd she win?
She won for.
Let me pull up.
She won album. She won album of the year. So she won the biggie.
What was her album this year?
Midnights.
Oh, Grammys 2024.
And then she won, I think, song. Ooh, I don't remember the other one she won for. But when she won, it was her 13th win the first time she won. So then she like said that she's going to drop an album in April. And then everyone lost their minds. And there was like a cue to buy just the album.
Oh, sweet. Surprised she didn't save it for the Super Bowl next week to announce it. God, she'll be at the Super Bowl for sure. People acting like she's not going to be there. It's definitely going to happen. She's going to take that. She's taking that flight. She's going to go. She's these fucking rich douchebags. I'm not just saying just her. She's one of them though. I'm just like,
yeah,
so stupid. I'm going to have to perform in Tokyo, but I should get back to watch this Super Bowl with my new boyfriend. With my new big boyfriend with big muscles and big body. Oh my God, he's so muscly, this guy, this Travis. I'm actually back on the hate wagon, I decided. You want to know how I ended up back? I was listening to a little Pardon My Take this week. And what's his name? Stavros was on. Did you hear this? It was so fucking good. And then he was first. It was so good. For those that don't know, you guys mostly don't know. If you guys, Stavros, what's his first name? I don't know.
Stavros.
Oh, his first name's Stavros. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, he's like a Greek dude, but he's like from Baltimore area. He's like a Baltimore version of me, I almost feel like. Just a big, thick boy that likes to snack and get mad at stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But he was on Pardon My Take because the Ravens lost, and he started going off on how basically the Kelseys it's bullshit that they're podcasting. Like, like, I got nothing, dog. You're gonna come and do that? You think you can do that? Get the fuck out of here. I'm with them. I'm back on it. I'm back hating them. I pretend like I didn't hate him for a minute just to try to get in their good graces, but I fucking hate it. And it's not even like I don't even hate them. Well, I don't love I think Jason seems like a really cool, nice guy. When I see him anything, he looks like he's having a great ass life and a great time.
Yeah.
But I don't. Their podcast is number one in the world for not because they're the best podcasters. That just isn't the fact. Not that ever happens with anything, but it's because they were football players. Both of them were in the Super Bowl, and then one of them happened to start dating Taylor Swift. What a life! You know what I did today? Looked for a job. Now I'm podding. Looked for a job. Now I'm podding. So, but yeah, back to the Grammys.
Well, another weird thing Taylor did. She won Album of the Year, and it was against like Olivia Rodrigo, Lana Del Rey, and she was sitting at the table with Lana Del Rey because apparently they're good buds now. And
they weren't buds.
She ended up. Taylor won,
right?
And she pulled Lana up on stage with her, and you could tell she did not want to go on stage. Like, she literally just lost the Grammy, like, and she like pulled her up, and she was like trying her damnedest not to be pulled up, and like somehow Taylor was overpowering her. She must be doing HGH or something. And
she's long and lanky. She's like,
I know.
She's got the strength of a giant.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see that.
And it was so awkward, and I felt so bad for her because she was just like in the back, and she's like, during her speech, she's like, Lana's in the back, but she's one of the most influential artists, and people are always kind of looking to her for inspiration. And I'm like, Taylor, you could have said that with her sitting down there. Like, she's so uncomfortable. You couldn't feel her like trying to claw her way away from you.
See this.
It was super
I actually
awkward.
hadn't listened to that Lana record until this week. I finally listened to it. It's really good. I liked it. I'm just looking. It was Midnight's, Taylor Swift, SZA, John Baptiste, Miley, Lana Del Rey, Olivia Rodrigo, Phoebe Bridgers, and Janelle Monáe. Those were the 8 best albums of the year. I find that very fucking hard to believe.
Well, funny you say that because Jay-Z went on stage to accept an award, and he also did a weird thing where he brought Blue up just to stand there and look at him. I'm like, this is so weird. Why is Blue up there?
Man. These people are all weirdos.
They're also weird, but he was saying, like, talking about, basically he was just bashing the people who vote for the Grammys and saying that they don't get it right all the time.
Weird to do.
And then saying how like Beyonce has the most Grammys ever, but has never won Album of the Year, and how that's weird. And then he also said, some of you are gonna feel robbed, some of you are gonna actually like get robbed, and some of you don't even belong in the categories. And I was like, oh my God,
what a weird thing to do.
I know. And he said, sorry, I tell the truth when I'm nervous. When I'm nervous, I tell the truth. It was a maniac.
Award shows are so dumb. They're just dumb. I'm sitting here looking at Best New Artist, and I'm realizing I look a lot like Jelly Roll.
You do.
I got a Jelly Roll vibe going on. What's Jelly Roll saying? I know. I saw he won he won Best New Art, or he didn't win it. He won it for something else. He won it.
He won it at like the country music. Yeah. He sings the song, I only talk to God when I need a
Never heard it.
Savior.
I don't think I know any Jelly Roll tunes. But I just look like Jelly Roll without face tattoos, basically, is what I'm seeing here. Victoria Monet one, never heard of her. I don't know any of these people.
Well, what's crazy is she's 34.
And he's old too,
she's
right?
30. Yeah. And then one of the women, she won the best country song or something, and she's 30, and that was her first time being there, and she's kind of new to the scene.
I just say best song? That one was What Was I Made For by Billie Eilish. That song fucking sucks. That song is so fucking boring. It's not even beautiful. It's dumb.
I love
It
it.
is stupid and boring.
I like it. I think
Stupid
it's fun.
and fun.
I think it's
Fun?
pretty.
You want to reword that?
It's the
Do you
opposite
know
of
this
fun.
song?
It's not
fucking
fun.
Sucks.
It's very sad. It's very sad. But like when you're in your feelings,
No.
sometimes you need a song like that. And I think
You think that was
that's
the best
like
song
that.
of the year? That piece of shit. It is so boring. Best song of the year.
What were the other songs?
I don't know.
I
don't
think
even know them.
Vampire.
Antihero, Taylor Swift, Vampire, Olivia Rodrigo,
I like
Kill
that
Bill,
one.
SZA, Butterfly, John Baptiste, Don't Know It, Dance the Night, Dua Lipa. That's a better song from the same movie. A&W, Lana Del
Watch
Rey,
me.
Flowers, Miley Cyrus. I feel like maybe Miley should have won.
But I like the song Vampires by Olivia Rodrigo. She's a really good singer, but you know what? That song kind of rocks, and she
has no rockabilly.
Right.
She doesn't rock at all.
That song has a rock vibe though, but she just doesn't perform it like I wanted.
I'm just looking at this. There's a reason I don't watch the Grammys because they don't even do a good job. I feel like the Oscars are a little different where they definitely don't. It's kind of the opposite thing where they don't. It's not what the masses like at all. It's almost too artistic for people.
Yeah,
kind of. But that's what I want out of my Oscars. When I think of the best movie of the year, it's usually something that's a little more thoughtful than, Barbie.
Well, they had during the
Barbie's fine. It's a popcorn movie, though.
Barbie.
Yeah, but is it the best movie of the year? I mean, it's not up for best. Oh, it is up for best picture, right?
Yeah, just not best director or actress.
I think that the actress one's maybe a little.
I thought Margot Robbie was amazing.
Yeah, I think that one might be a bit of a snub. The other ones, I don't know that necessarily is because the people that directed the other movies are like all-time great directors, and they directed some really great stuff this year. But yeah, I don't know. The Grammys are barely worth talking about, in my opinion.
Well, they had a bunch of performances, obviously, and when they did the memory in memoriam of all the people that have passed, first they had Stevie Wonder, and he was singing with Tony
Shalhoub.
No,
I would
who's
watch
the guy
that.
Who
Tony
just
Bennett?
died? Yeah, Tony Bennett.
Mm.
And he was struggling with his song. Like, I was like, oh, Stevie, this isn't your best work. And then they had Annie Lennox come up, and she sang Nothing Compares to You.
Mm-hmm.
And she had some weirdness going on. And then the final one was for Tina Turner, and Fantasia was doing it, and she actually was awesome. I'm like, oh, dang.
Fantasia's good.
Fantasia, I almost called her Fantasia. Dang, Fantasia, you are kind of nailing
Isn't Fantasia
this.
in Color Purple?
She is.
Is she maybe even nominated for it? I don't know if she got nominated for it. Maybe Best Song. I don't know.
Yeah, but I was like, dang. And then she went out to like the middle stage and was like trying to find people to dance with her in the crowd. Dua Lipa danced with her, and then she was like trying to dance with Beyonce, and Beyonce just stood there like this.
Beyonce sucks.
Her personality, which sucks because like when she performs, she's the best.
Yeah, but some of these people just would not be fun to be around.
No.
Like she'd come out and do that same thing, and Fantasia would have danced with her.
Yes.
It's like, come on.
She just thinks pretty highly of herself.
Yeah, that's what Jay-Z says is fucking lame. And but just also at the same time, like, just don't worry too much if you win awards because they don't mean shit.
Mm-hmm.
They don't mean shit. I mean, technically, they'll make you more money if you start winning those things, but who gives a shit in the end? Doesn't make you better. Killer Mike won.
And then he got taken away to jail.
For what?
They said it had nothing to do with that night. It was some misdemeanors from prior nights.
They took him to jail where? From his seat?
They arrested him, yeah.
Is that was it real? Was it some sort of staged thing? I don't know. I didn't see it.
He didn't want to stay any longer.
He's like, I gotta go away from all these white.
I don't want to do this.
He was just on Bill Maher on Friday. Like, I don't know what it would have been that they would have arrested him for.
Well, it happened.
All right. Well,
I'm trying to think if there's any other fun things that happened that were just weird.
Grammys. I don't know. Did all the best
You could
songs perform or best album perform? Did Taylor perform?
no.
Did Lana Del Rey? Did Olivia Rodrigo? You said she did. Yeah. Did
Lana Del Rey did not.
Did Killer Mike?
Killer Mike. I was surprised there really weren't that many performances. I thought there was going to be more.
I feel like they used to have a lot.
But it lasted forever.
They all do.
Billie Eilish did.
Performed her stupid song.
Yeah. She sounded good.
What am I here for? Ba-doody-ba-doo. That song sucks.
Maybe it's just it speaks to women.
I've heard women say it sucks. Absolutely, I've heard it. They're like, what? I listened to one podcast where it's only about movies, and they're talking about the Oscar thing. She's like, why the fuck is this stupid song up for best song when the Dua Lipa song is a much better song?
That song is fun.
The Dua Lipa song's awesome.
And I really like the Lizzo one that starts it out too.
It's the worst part.
There's a lot of
the worst song in the movie.
It's not a bad
it's
song.
It's terrible. Terrible. Billie Eilish is like a sad sack of shit. And not in a cool way. It's like Lana Del Rey's shit's all super sad and depressing, but it feels real. Where Billie Eilish is like, how can I make this pop song super sad? Where I feel like Lana Del Rey's is like an artistic choice.
I don't think all of her stuff is sad.
It's like sad and it's like emo, like depressing shit. Take a look, Tara.
I'm a bad
depressing
guy.
Song.
Do do emo. do do.
Emo. That was
that was not right. That was Usher.
Yeah. Imagine if Usher had performed. Hell yeah! I can't wait to see Usher at the Super Bowl. That might be the thing I'm most excited about for the Super Bowl. Tara, what are you most excited about for the upcoming Super Bowl? We're moving on right now. That got us right to it. That was perfect segue.
I know.
To the Super Bowl. Super Bowl. What Super Bowl is this? Super Bowl what?
54 maybe?
Super Bowl. Let's take a look. Super Bowl. We don't go by the. We got to go. It's Super Bowl. It's Super Bowl LV. I. Super Bowl
58?
LV3.
58?
Must be. I don't know. I don't want to learn that. You know that. I don't ever want to know what it is. I just want to see it and know it. That it's there.
LVB?
Super Bowl LVII.
That doesn't seem like 58.
Why doesn't that feel like 58? Isn't L50 and V5 and the three I's are one?
Oh, yeah. Why was I thinking of 5 was X?
X is 10.
Then, yeah, 58 it is.
Sick.
Super
Bowl. What are you most excited about for Super Bowl LVII? Do you say I or one? It's an I. Super Bowl LVII. What are you most excited about?
I'm excited about Usher.
Yeah.
Raymond.
Correct. Even though he's like a sexual,
even though
he's a sexual deviant.
And he's a bad, he doesn't tip. Which
oh, wow. He doesn't tip either. So he's a sexual deviant that doesn't tip. He doesn't tip, but he'll put his tip in and give people sexually transmitted disease without telling them. What a piece of shit. Yeah. I can't sign that for that.
We're not excited about him.
Fuck.
We're not.
Why does everyone suck? So I guess Taylor
Who's
Swift.
Who's singing the national anthem?
Oh, good question. I don't know.
Because maybe I'm excited for that.
Yeah, there we go. Let me take a look. Let me look it up. Super Bowl Super Bowl. Tara, who's your Super Bowl? I'm thinking
MVP?
McCaffrey.
Christian McCaffrey. Yeah.
Super Bowl national anthem 2024. It's going to be. Oh yeah, I knew this. It's Queen of Country, Reba McEntire.
Oh.
Reba is singing the national anthem. Are we excited about Reba? Reba. Sure. I feel like you can't say Reba without a little twang to it. Reba McEntire will be singing the national anthem.
Ugh. Yeah, I am excited.
That makes
I love
sense.
Reba.
She loves
Reba.
America, right?
She does.
I don't know how she sings.
Oh, remember when she was in The Little Rascals as AJ Ferguson?
AJ Ferguson. We can talk about that later, maybe.
We can.
Hold on to that for later. Hater. I wrote that.
I liked it. Later, hater.
Anything else cool going on at the Super Bowl? I'm excited about the game. Who you rooting for? I'm not that excited about the game.
I am. I always
I
like
wonder
the
if you
Super
can
Bowl. I think it's fun.
bet how many times they're going to show Taylor Swift. It's got to be a decent amount.
Well, did you see that Patrick Mahomes' dad got arrested?
Yeah, and it's like not good because it's his third one.
Yeah,
it's a bummer.
It makes me
hey,
sad.
homie, your son is almost a billionaire. Take an Uber, dickhead.
Yeah.
Like, how stupid are you? Take an Uber.
Right? Take an Uber.
What are you driving for? Take a fucking
hire
Uber.
someone to be your driver.
Like, come on. Anytime someone's super
so
rich,
stupid.
anytime when anyone drives drunk, it's not smart. But anytime someone super rich does,
yeah.
Obviously, he's technically not super rich, but he is. Come on.
Yeah. Pat would cover your Ubers, I'm sure.
Pat might cover your Ubers.
Yeah.
He probably would upload it right on he'll probably log in for you on your phone.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, Pat? Yeah, Pat. Yeah, so that's going to be on Pat's mind. So I give that. I give a little advantage to the Niners because of that. Because you think about his dad, because he might have to go to prison.
Well, yeah, he already had to do like 40 days in jail the last time.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. I don't know.
The other thing is, but this might counteract it because people were talking smack about Pat's dad bod. So maybe he'll be like, this dad bod just won his third Super Bowl.
Yeah, but he also might
have that extra drive.
The last time the KC choked didn't choke. Last time they didn't win a Super Bowl, if you recall, Andy Reid's son had killed someone drunk driving.
That's right.
Remember? So it might be a little bit of a curse. I don't like their chance. They didn't win that game last time against Tampa Bay. Mm-hmm. So I think maybe that's something to look at. I think that outweighs dad bod.
It might.
That pretty much outweighs dad bod.
Yeah.
But Niners -2 right now. Oh, that's crazy. I thought they'd actually not be favored. I'm rooting for. It's hard for. That's where we're at. That I'm rooting for the Niners in a Super Bowl.
Right.
But to be fair, they haven't won a Super Bowl in like 30 years. So. And
this is fun because Brock Purdy's a fun story. Christian McCaffrey's good and fun.
Yeah, I'd like to see someone that's a non-quarterback.
George Kittle's cool.
Kittle's cool-ish.
Like, he's got wild hair.
There's no reason to root for KC at all. I'm just not, unless you want to root to see a team like make a run at Brady and the Patriots.
Unless you're a Kansas City fan, I feel like no one wants you to win.
I know, but if they do win, then you'll start wanting to think about it. Can he catch Brady? And that is interesting. They might end up being more. They might be more end up being more hateable than the Patriots were, though. Because here's the thing about the Patriots is the Patriots were kind of quiet while they were winning. They weren't like loud voices
doing all the commercials.
Yeah, you didn't see him that much. I mean, Brady you heard about all the time, but he wasn't like doing a ton of commercials just because he was married to a famous ass woman.
I just saw a new commercial that they're doing. It's Pat and Travis, and they're doing the Hy-Vee bakery commercial.
Oh wow, weird. Speaking of Hy-Vee bakery, our hometown has a Hy-Vee for the first time ever. Our childhood grocery store closed and was bought out, and now is this Hy-Vee. It's called Bill's Food Center, and those who don't know, I don't even know who I'm showing this to. Everyone, I'm going to show it to the camera though, just in case.
Just in case you want to make a hometown clip. What's it gonna be? There you go. Bills, baby. R.I.P. to Bills. But it lives in our hearts forever.
So yeah, you feel pretty special when you're out on the town and everybody is giving you compliments because you got a Bills Food Center jacket. When you're home, and you're not home that often, I don't really see a lot of people from Oregon when I'm home, but for some reason this time I did.
Yeah.
The Bills jacket came up a lot. It was a little weird. I don't love talking to people that I grew up with, especially.
I felt like you did a good job.
Yeah, I did. They didn't.
No, I feel like
some of them did.
Most of them did.
Well, some of them.
One of them
was. Did. I'm not going to talk about it right now, but some of them.
Yeah.
Did. But yeah, as a whole, it was nice to see a couple people, and be home and rock. So yeah, when you go home and you ain't seen anybody in a while, and you look pretty cool out there in the world, you look pretty cool. When people are like, dang, you look cool in that jacket. It makes you feel good.
It was definitely a conversation starter.
For sure it was.
I'm still dry. Just so you know. I see you're enjoying your delicious Miller High Life.
I'm not dry. I drank a lot over the weekend, but I didn't really get that drunk. I'm not, when I was sitting hanging with you at the bar, you made me I think it was more than we counted. I think it was like 7.
No.
Tara, can I tell you something? It was 6 minimum. But I think it was 7. And then I went to the brewery the next day, the new brewery in Oregon, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
We had a really good time.
You've never been there before?
No, but we went that one time, if you recall. But they have their own beer now. And their own beer was really good. Me and Dad had a good time just hanging out there for about 3 or 4 hours. And it was awesome. I'm excited. But we will be back because we enjoyed the beers, which is I
want to try their beers.
They're good. You won't like them all, but they're good. I forget what kind of beers you like. You drink like the shit. There's like a sour. Mm-mm. There's a amber. There's a porter. There's a Scotch ale. There's a chocolate imperial stout.
Ooh,
there's a couple
that
of
sounds
IPAs.
Yummy. I actually can do an IPA.
The porter was our favorite, I will say. So, more Super Bowl talk. We really got off there. So Super Bowl -2. So let's go. Let's take a look at some of the props here. Who do you think will win the Super Bowl? We'll start there. Who's winning the Super Bowl? No, we'll do that last. What am I talking about? MVP, I'm picking, let's look at the MVP. Last year I bet that there would be a donk on the field goal.
Oh.
And there was.
Was
which
there?
Was pretty fun. Which was pretty fun, if you recall that. Gatorade color. Do you want to do Gatorade color? What color will be the coach be Gatorated with?
I'm going to say...
You got purple, yellow, green, orange, blue, red, clear, or no Gatorade.
Yellow,
green.
Yellow, green.
So that's plus 300 for it to be yellow, green. It's the Chiefs. I don't know what he's been bathed with before if they win. I don't know. The Niners haven't won. My guess is blue Gatorade plus 350. So I'm taking blue Gatorade. Tara's taking yellow green Gatorade for 300. I could see if the Chiefs don't win, they don't bathe them. How about that?
If they don't win?
No, if they win, they don't bathe them. I mean, I'm sorry. What about that? That'd be fun.
No.
Okay.
You gotta bathe them.
What about... These are boring. Let's take a look at Super Bowl specials. All right, this is pick who you think will be. What do you think will be the biggest storyline of the Super Bowl? Because right now, pre-Super Bowl, it's Mahomes' dad
Swift.
And Taylor Swift. Chiefs have a lot more storylines that are like outside of the game.
Yeah.
And the Niners have a lot of storylines that are within the game where they haven't won a Super Bowl since 1994. And they haven't and they got the last pick of the NFL draft as their quarterback, and they've been to play the Chiefs already and lost. So I just think that all their storylines are which is nice for them, football related, which I think is in their favor.
Yeah. The only not football related thing that they have is the one lady that makes outfits.
Sure.
The wife that makes outfits.
Miranda sent me that, and I thought it was strange. Like, all they mentioned that was Taylor Swift wore the jacket, and then down in the answer said more women. But I thought it was interesting that they didn't mention that she was the fullback's wife that's in the Super Bowl. Like, it's Kyle Juszczyk's wife.
That's recent? Yeah.
Yeah.
that is weird.
Like, it was a thing, and it was like, because it was a woman power thing. Like, it was like a women power
article?
No. It's on TikTok or Instagram, I mean. What's it called? What's your thing called? Account. It was like a woman power.
Oh.
But it mentioned all the women she'd made it for. But for some reason it was weird. It's like they almost gave Taylor Swift credit for, I mean, Taylor Swift did make it more famous because she wore one, but she made it for her. I don't know if she just gave it to her, how that worked out.
And she'd been doing it.
And she'd been doing it for other people. Like Simone Biles. But I thought it was strange not to mention that
how
she was Kyle Juszczyk's, who's in the Super Bowl as a fullback,
Yeah.
that it's his wife. Like, I feel like if it had been like a woman player's husband that was like selling something, they definitely would have mentioned that it was her husband. I thought it was strange not to mention it. It just felt very like, we're not even going to mention this man. For it just like, it seems stupid. Like if like a guy they didn't mention, like a woman who maybe helped like a husband out, people be pissed. I don't know. I thought it was strange. If it didn't mention, they didn't have to mention her husband at all. If he hadn't happened to be an NFL player in the Super Bowl, and that's where, and they were making,
like
player jersey jackets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in the picture, she's literally like everyone in the picture is wearing his jersey number, like on the thing she made. Like that's where it started. So like maybe mention that. I thought it was strange.
Yeah, because it's not like some fan that just makes it.
Right.
It's literally the wife of,
which gave her like a foot in the door, which makes it an interesting part of the story. Like, oh yeah, I make these for my husband, and they caught on
because people
dug them, and I just thought it was weird that they didn't mention it.
Yeah,
I thought it was strange. I mean, I don't really care, honestly. Who gives a shit? But I just thought it was strange that they didn't mention it. And they are cool jackets. Like when Taylor Swift was wearing them, and Mahomes' wife had one on too. I think they looked cool. They look like cool jackets. I mean, I want one. I'm sure they're going to be nuts and expensive.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's a little cooler than last year's thing, the big hats.
Yeah.
The big hats were fun because the funny thing about the big hats,
hilarious.
the funny thing about the big hats is they didn't catch on as like a thing that, well, they did catch on, but just not the right type of people were buying them. It was like white douches, like frat boy types. It was not like, it wasn't like cool dudes, Yeah. It was like a cool, like people that you think is fashionable. It was more like knobs. So, I mean, if I would have started wearing it, it would have been a different story. People are like, dang, like after him. I'm not saying if I would have started, if I would have joined, I'm like, oh, the right kind of dude's wearing it. Looked real good with this jacket. So your MVP, we both are going to go with McCaffrey. Is that what we want to do?
Well, I'll say Patrick Mahomes.
You go with Mahomes?
It depends on who wins.
Well, obviously, but we're not doing that. Pick who you think it's going to be.
Christian.
Okay. Christian McCaffrey. If it's not him, who could it be? Purdy, obviously.
Yeah. Purdy.
So it's either, I think Christian McCaffrey or Debo, it could be.
Yeah.
My guess is McCaffrey has over 100 and some yards total offense and like 3 TDs, and they win that, and he wins that fucker.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just want a running back to get what they deserve. Goddamn once. When's the last time a running back won MVP? I don't know. Did Marshawn win it when that first year?
So
Super Bowl MVPs. Let's see here in order, backwards. The last time it happened, Pat Mahomes, Cooper Kupp, which is kind of crazy. Receiver won it.
Yeah.
Tom Brady, Pat Mahomes, Julian Edelman. There was a year that Tom Brady shouldn't have won it, and it should have been James White.
Yes.
And we're not there yet. Pat Mahomes, Julian Edelman, Nick Foles, Tom Brady. I think that's the one right there in 2017. Yeah. Von Miller, defensive player, which is kind of interesting. Oh, wow. Tom Brady, Malcolm Smith won for Seattle that year. Joe Flacco, Eli Manning, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, Santonio Holmes, Eli Manning, Peyton Manning, Hines Ward, Deion Branch, Tom Brady, Dexter Jackson, Tom Brady, Ray Lewis, Kurt Warner, John Elway, Terrell Davis, 1998. It's been 26 years. This will be 26 years without a running back winning the MVP. I think this is the year that it happens. Terrell Davis was the best player on that team that year. He's the reason they got there. I think Christian McCaffrey is that right now. And I think he wins it. Man, running backs have not won it much. They won a little more back then. The funny thing is the year before, kick returner, punt returner, Desmond Howard won it. Like, there's a year Larry Brown won it for the Cowboys where it should have been Emmett. Because he had like 2 picks in the game, but they basically were just thrown to him. Emmitt Smith won it 2 years before that. Steve Young, Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman, Mark raping quarterback. Otis Anderson also won one in 1991 for running back. Not a lot of running backs, though. Not a lot of running backs. And I think this year we get a running back. I might have to put a little dough on it.
Lock it in.
I can't find it here, the MVP. Novelty, TD scores. Why? Just show me the MVP. First score. Rushing TDs. Score. I want score. But are we both thinking the Niners are going to win?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I can't find the MVP. Oh, here it is. Super Bowl MVP. I mean, McCaffrey's got the third best odds. So it's Mahomes at plus 125, Purdy plus 225, McCaffrey plus 475, Kelsey plus 1200. Debo, if you want like some good value, Debo's plus 2000. Pretty good, I would say. Debo at plus 2,000, he could easily win MVP. Put $100 on that, T. 100 times 2,000. It's not how it works exactly.
I can't put $100 on it.
Tara, we can both put $100 on it together.
No.
Tara, but if we win $2,000.
I'm not a gambling man.
Okay, what about McCaffrey for $50? We'd win $287.
$50 each?
Total.
I don't like gambling.
Terry, you'd win $143.
I know, but I don't want to.
Wow.
Because I could just lose money too.
Yeah, obviously. Obviously, you could lose money. It's called gambling.
I know.
Are we going to back ourselves? Tara, what happened to us? We used to have balls. We gave up too fast this year on our bets.
Well,
we fell out.
I will bet it, but I'm not going to actually bet it.
So you're not going to bet it?
That's how I always play this
game. Okay, well, I'll bet it.
Bet.
You get nothing. You get nothing from it. What about?
I'll bet $2.
Oh, that's stupid. What about?
Well, that's all I got.
If you if you want to do $2, you got to do $2 on former Badger Leo Chenal.
Ooh, to get a sack?
To get MVP.
Oh.
Pay you out $800 if you put down $2 on him.
Yeah, I'll do that.
What about Juszczyk?
Juszczyk, he'll get
for $2. That'll get you $600.
I like Leo Chanel. That's more fun.
That is fun. So that's our Super Bowl coverage. You got anything else Super Bowl to talk about? Are you excited about the Super Bowl? I don't know where I don't even know where I'm watching it yet this year. We shall see.
I'm watching it at Sarah's because she's having a little get together. Mom and Dad are going to be in town. And I'm excited.
Where are they going to be?
They are going to be at Grandma's. I
heard. They were talking about that's where you're going to watch the Super Bowl? What if I wanted to watch it? I'm not going to go there.
No.
Stupid.
You could come to Sarah's.
I'd rather watch it in my basement. I don't have a basement.
Are you coming home?
I don't know what I'm doing. I just said I don't know what I'm doing for the Super Bowl yet.
All right. Well,
we'll find out.
You could go to Montana and go watch it with the Joyces.
Oh, that would be fun. Would you go with me? Yeah. Mr. Joyce.
Mr. Joyce.
All right, guys.
I would love to.
Let's talk about a different time.
A simpler time.
Let's talk about a different time, a better time. If you go over what I just looked at today, it was a better time. And it was a better time.
A better time.
It was a better time.
It was.
For I think everybody, except for a few people. The year was 1994. Let me give you a little breakdown in 1994. The president was Bill Clinton.
I did not have sexual relationships with
a couple things that happened that aren't going to make our list that were going on that year that aren't really going to make our list, but they are worth talking about. Let me pull up my thing here. A couple things that are memorable, but they shouldn't make our list. It was the year of Tanya Harding and Nancy Kerrigan in the Olympics, and Nancy Kerrigan's knee getting blasted by
why
a pipe. I don't remember.
Why?
The classic why. It's like, I don't even feel bad for you because you're so annoying. type of
I
thing.
know, but it's so sad.
Also, it was the year Kurt Cobain died and committed suicide. Sad year.
R.I.P.
Is also the year that O.J. Simpson, the infamous 1994 car chase, the murder of his wife. Found not guilty, so I guess I can't say he murdered his wife, but he did.
He did.
But he killed
I
his
think
wife.
we all can agree he did, right?
But yeah, that was what this kind of set a precedent what was going on that year around the United States. But at the same time, entertainment and sports were at an all-time high. It was a beautiful time in 1994, and we're about to give you our top 5. Tara, I almost called you like, can we do 10? Can we do 10, please?
I know.
How about we do 6? Let's make it 6. Can you find a 6th?
All right.
Well, do we have an auto? I have one. I have something that I think is an auto.
I starred one that I thought was an auto.
I think it's.
Was it a movie?
No.
Oh.
Definitely not a movie. None of these movies are autos to me because they're all so good. Here's the thing: it was hard for me to pick a movie. Honestly,
I know. That's why I was like.
So no, it's not a movie.
Is it a snack?
It's a snack.
Or a cereal?
It is.
Is it a cereal?
I think that Reese's Puff cereal is an auto. I didn't put it on my list. I mean, I have it sitting there, but I
put it on my list. But
I think it's an auto.
Put something else there. Yeah.
I think it's an auto. I think it goes right up there with all the other things. I actually, Tara, think it's a Mount Rushmore. If you had asked me, I think it's not even an auto. I think it's What About Bob? Reese's Puff cereal, and we got to put 2 more on our Mount Rushmore of all-time things. What About Bob? Reese's Puff cereal, and 2 to come. So it's more than an auto. So movie-wise, I don't think we have the same movie for auto. Even though there's some on there, there's a million on there. It was really hard, Tara.
I only picked one, but
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I have like 21 movies that I found acceptable. It was a little bit lesser of a year, I thought. Oh, no, I'm sorry. There's even more.
I had 21.
I actually had 6 more on a secondary list that I actually made a secondary list that I'll be doing in unveiling.
Okay.
It's my top 5. It was a massive year for sports, Tara. I have just my top 5 sports movies from 1995. We'll be getting to that. You didn't know that was coming, but I'll save it. I'm
excited for it. I'm excited.
But yeah, TV wise, there's a few shows, but not as many as of the big ones. So
no,
man, I think there's a song
that
could be an auto.
I
think there's a song that could be an auto.
I might have added it instead of Reese's Puffs
to auto.
Yeah, because I took Reese's Puffs off, but I think this could be.
Well, yeah, because I have a couple things that are. Well, let's just do it, Tara. Let's start. Are we doing 6? Are we willing to do 6?
I gotta find one more to add.
Because I just found it really hard. I guess with Reese's Puff coming off and just becoming a Mount Rushmore, it makes it a little easier. There's one other thing I'm going to say for 1994 that's not allowed to be on our list, but it needs to be said. 1994 is the year of our most valuable listener. Miranda was born in 1994. We said we can't put those on our list, people like us, and like I made fun of her for putting her brother on, but she is our most valuable listener.
She is.
So she does. It'd be
rude
not to mention that she was born in 1994. So she gets, that's got to be brought up. Can't make the list because no one else outside of us would know that. But for us, it is maybe an auto even.
All right.
Did you put a 6th or not?
I did put a 6th.
Man, that means I got to come up with a 6th.
Well, you don't have to.
Well, I'd like. Yeah, that's not because instead of a 6. Oh yeah, okay. My 6 will be my top 5 sports movies.
Okay. So I have to just.
Are any of your sports movies that made your list?
Yes.
How high up is it?
Number 2.
Okay.
No, we'll just save that for the end.
What? My top 5 sports movies?
Yeah, we'll just do 5. We'll do 5.
We'll do 5. Tara, what's your number 5 thing? Tara, what's your number 5 thing from 1994?
I picked Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, also my number 5. Giannis Antetokounmpo was born in 1994.
In 1994.
What the hell? I think I was saying 1996. I'm the worst at this. Tara, hold on, Tara, we got to start over. Tara, what's your top 5 things from 1994? Because I was saying 96. Tara, what are your top 5 things from 1994? What's your number 5?
My number 5 is Giannis Antetokounmpo.
What? Giannis Antetokounmpo, why 1994?
He was born
tell me what that means. Yeah.
It's Giannis Antetokounmpo because he was born on that year.
Giannis Antetokounmpo born in 1994. Yep. He was also my number 5 thing from 1994.
I mean, he brought the Bucks back into my life. Like, I got excited about NBA basketball again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was a LeBron fan, so I was watching it, but this brought me home and made me a Bucks believer again. And I love it.
I love it too. Giannis still killing it. It's crazy to me that he was born in 1994. I was 10 years old in 1994. Here's the crazy thing. It's not gonna be on your list, so I'm just gonna say it. Also from that year, Glenn Robinson, the big dog, was drafted into the NBA.
I have that on my honorable mentions.
That's when I first cared about the Milwaukee Bucks in my life.
Yep.
When Glenn the Big Dog Robinson was drafted number 1 overall to the Milwaukee Bucks in 1994. That's how crazy it is. The year Giannis was born, that was the year he was drafted. That's really nutty. Fun to me. That's really fun to me.
Uh-huh.
Dang. So my number 5, I got to give you a number 5.
I thought you said yours was Giannis.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. You're right. Okay, you're up. What's your number 4 thing from 1994?
My number 4 is a song. I added it because Reese's Puffs got taken away.
Okay.
And the song is Kiss from a Rose.
Kiss from a Rose, Tara.
By Seal.
Do you know what? I thought that could be an auto for us. That's what
I thought it was good.
When I moved Reese's out, I put Kiss from a Rose in.
So that's why I said it.
I think it has to become our auto then.
I think it's
Reese's
auto
Puffs
too.
jumped. Reese's Puffs jumped to Mount Rushmore. So I think that it's no longer our number 4. Kiss from a Rose. You're going to have to come up with another one. Kiss from a Rose is an auto 1994 thing because it's just too dang good.
It's too dang good.
Too dang good. Da, 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 da. Get it going. Get it going.
Yeah, used to be a great time.
I've never known. Body, my pleasure, my soul. Baby. We've sang this better before on this podcast.
Kiss from a Rose. Yes, we have.
Baby. We just wanted to hit that part. That's all we needed. Was the baby part. Hell yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
So good.
Like anytime it would come on, it'd be like, yes. And then we'd replay it a million times on a CD player. And
Yep. We used to
again.
When I worked at the hotel a couple years ago, we had a CD player. I think I was just playing through Bluetooth, but we'd crank it as loud as we could and sing along with it behind the desk while people were waiting to go to the rooftop bar. And they're like, what the fuck? We're like, what do you mean, what the fuck? It's Kiss from a Rose by Seal, you stupid fucks. No, a lot of people loved it. Tara,
right.
So we're going to try this again. Tara, what's your number 4 thing from 1994?
This one is also a song, and it's Big Papa.
Oh, wow.
By the Notorious B.I.G.
Okay.
Such a freaking good
I think that's
song.
crazy that so you're gonna have a lot. So to me that's
Papa.
crazy that you're gonna have this either A, you're not gonna have something on your list, or you're gonna have this much music on your list.
I do have a lot of music on my list. Maybe I should put a movie there instead.
Yeah, maybe because I already know the one thing that's going on there that also probably could be an auto, but
yeah.
I think maybe you should change it.
Okay,
I love Big Papa. I have it on the list as an honorable mention. It's a wonderful, wonderful song.
You're right.
Maybe don't have all music, you fucking dipshit.
I'm gonna do Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
Okay, so we'll talk about that because I guess that's the answer. It's a little boring. I also have that here at 3, but it's not Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
No,
I just have Jim Carrey at number 3 because Ace Ventura.
It's 4.
We're back to 4.
Yeah, we're still at 4 because Kiss from a Rose was 4.
Well, we'll talk about it. I'll continue with me. I'll put mine at 4 then. I don't care.
I know. It was hard because Jim Carrey had 3.
That's the point. It's Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey was 94, not Ace Ventura. Dumb and Dumber, Ace Ventura and The Mask were all 1994. You just say Jim Carrey at that point.
Okay, Jim Carrey.
And those movies you put those right behind and go, boom.
Yeah, he was on fire.
Don't get me
All
wrong.
times.
In 1994, I think that Ace Ventura was the movie that I loved the most.
The best.
Sometimes it's hard for me to try to decide, like, should I pick something that I almost want to do two lists. Sometimes we're like, this is in 94 what meant the most to me, and now when I look
this is
back
what
at
I
it,
agree.
This
I agree.
is what means the most to me. Maybe we can start doing that.
Because it would have been totally different.
Yeah, because there's I have a movie. There's two movies I'm trying to pick from, and I didn't really get into them until I was older.
Because my list is kind of a mixture of that, right?
Yeah. I just think we say Jim Carrey because he was a monster at the moment,
and we loved him so much.
If he was in it, we were gonna. Jim Carrey was the biggest star on the planet in 1994.
I mean, we were talking with our buttholes because of Jim Carrey.
We were talking with our buttholes because of Jim Carrey in 1994. Yeah. And we were doing, and we were saying stupid catchphrases that were not even good. Like
yummy.
Did I? Oh no, that's not. What's another one? Finkel and I didn't know. I would say Finkel and Einhorn as a child. I go Finkel and Einhorn. I was thinking about stuff.
Laces out. I mean,
never said laces out ever. You said laces out a lot.
Now I do.
When
someone misses a field goal.
And the crazy thing is, Dumb and Dumber came out the same year, but I didn't really know it until like a year or two later because it was like, I think it was R-rated. Maybe not, but I saw. The first time I saw Dumb and Dumber was on TV. I'm pretty sure, but Dumb and Dumber is I think funnier after the fact. Good. And then The Mask, I actually may have liked The Mask even more in the moment because it was so because I was so young and it didn't age that well. No, but Jim in general, Jim Carrey at number 4. He's really my number 3, but we'll just talk about him here at I'll put him at 3 and I'll tell you my number 4.
Okay.
Then how about he's really my number 3. So when I get to 3, we'll just skip it. Or do you just go again and I'll give you my 4 after you give me your 3?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I basically went. So go ahead and go again.
My number 3 is this is all that. This is all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good call. It didn't make my list.
It shaped my life.
It didn't make my list just because some other stuff did.
That's all right.
The stuff that I have coming in at number 4. Man, I'm all fucked up now because I keep
number 3.
My number 4.
Oh yeah.
That's your number 3.
But all that was awesome. That's where Keenan got his start. Kel got his start.
Mm-hmm. It is where Keenan got his start and Kel got his start.
It was just so fun. Walter the Ear Boy, Pizza Face, the girl that played Ross Perot. They did political commentary.
Yeah, it was weird.
Funny.
Different time.
Pierre Escargot, the library lady.
Mm-hmm.
What other ones were just awesome?
Anything Lori Beth was great. Come on.
Lori Beth was awesome.
She was great. That first year was real good. And it stayed okay. Yeah. You know, Danny Tamborelli, when he joined the cast, I liked that.
Amanda, that's me, was terrible.
No, once she got to the show, it was about done.
I know.
I loved it though. All that's great. Didn't make my list somehow. I'm gonna go with my number. It's so funny. I'm so out of order. So my number 4 is gonna be. I fucked this up, Tara. Mine's so fucked up now because I kept auto and shit. So I'm gonna go with All That Was Good, but I'm gonna go with this because when it came on and people, I don't want to do 2 movies, so I'm gonna do this. It was the most exciting thing in the world that we got to watch it at school. But watching it at home was also fun. But the Magic School Bus is my number 3 thing. Nope. The Magic School Bus is my number 4 thing from 1994. It was so exciting when you got to watch it at school. That's the same as like Bill Nye. And if you weren't, and then also you could watch it at home because it was on at home. Like it was like everyone wanted to be on the fucking adventure with Miss Frizzle.
Miss Frizzle was awesome. Shrinking you down, going inside people's noses and
it's
shit.
Definitely one of those things like while it was happening, it was like one of the biggest things in the world.
Yes.
I couldn't wait
it was
for
awesome.
the Magic School Bus. Like now I can barely remember shit from it. Like I don't remember any of the kids' names.
No.
Arnold might have been the name of one of them. I don't know. I don't remember any of the dumb kids' names, but Miss
There was
Frizzle.
one girl that'd be like, according to my research. I don't
Yeah,
remember
that
what her
girl
name was,
fucking
though.
Kiss ass. Bitch ass.
I
No
feel
one
like
likes that girl.
I liked her.
Nobody likes that girl. Because we
According
all
to my
knew. Were you that
research-
girl?
No.
No, we all went to school with a girl that was like, shut up,
Yeah.
smart girl. Get the fuck out of my face. Tara, what's your number? Two. Tara, what's your number 2 thing from 1994?
My number 2 is going to be on your sports list.
Sure.
It's the movie Little Giants.
Little Giants, top notch.
I
Definitely
mean, that's
top
the
notch.
first time I saw Devin Sawa, and I was just like instantly horned up for him.
Tara, was it your first horn? Was he your first horn?
Yeah.
Was
At
he your
9
first
years old,
like
I
time
was
you're like, dang, I'm horny for this boy?
Well, JTT, I should have put him on the list. Oh my God.
He was not from that year. Home Improvement was the year before.
No, but the thing is, Lion King is when
Oh,
I
yeah.
started.
Tara, I think you might have to replace. Well, Little Giants. Can you just
my God.
just say Little Giants? I'm allowed combos if they make sense.
Okay.
Together. If you want to say
This is what
Little
I'm doing.
Giants and The Lion King because of your two sexual awakening boys,
Yes.
I'm gonna allow it.
Yes. Little Giants and The Lion King, because little Tara was turning into a lioness.
You were a regular Nala.
I was a regular old Nala. Oh my God. I loved both of those movies because of the dudes.
Because of JTT.
JTT.
But he didn't sing it, right? Or did he?
King. Yes, he
He
did.
did sing it.
Yeah, I think so. If not, he was the voice
I don't know
of
that he
Simba.
sang it. He's definitely the voice.
I think
Who
he sang it.
As young Simba in The Lion King.
You have to say the original because it's probably
I am.
pull up. Okay.
Yeah, I was right. I thought it was that's the crazy part about it. It was the kid from a bunch of shit from there then. Jason Weaver's his name. You know him from things such as, I'm trying to think. He was in my brain's not working.
I'll look it up.
Jason Weaver. He was in like a bunch of TV shows.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a black guy. He's a black kid. But no, they let the white kid voice him, but the black kid got to sing.
Oh, that's terrible.
You know from like Drumline. He was also in. I'm trying to think of other. He was in. I'm trying to think of some other stuff he was when he was a kid.
Now I feel totally.
So maybe let's take that back.
No, because JTT, he
didn't sing it.
I know, but it wasn't because of the song that I was horned up.
I mean, yeah, it was. You thought he was like, yeah, it was.
No, it was because of the way he looked.
Yeah, but you couldn't see the way he looked. Right. You could only hear him. Right. So I think you can't have it. No, I'm not letting you have it. Keep it as Little Giants.
But JTT needs to be on my list.
But it's not the year you were introduced to him. That's the thing.
But it was
not
because
really.
Of Lion King. Yes, it was.
You didn't know him from.
That is
didn't know him from. That's bullshit. You knew him from Home Improvement first.
No, because I knew him. I fell in love with him during when he did Lion King because he was in a bunch of like teen bops and stuff. So I saw his picture and was like, "Holy shit, this is my guy." Because
he was the brother and smart guy. That's right. That's right.
Because he, like, when I was 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, he was like 5 years older than me, and he was 14, and that's how 14 became my favorite number.
Okay.
Ugh, I'm struggling. I'm still gonna say Little Giants.
I took away the job from the black kid.
I know, that's so bad. Little Giants and Lion King.
Hold on a second. Jason Weaver performed singing voice of young Simba in the original animated version of The Lion King. In an interview with Vlad, Weaver said he was originally offered $2 million up front for his part in the film as a teen, but his mother turned it down. Wait, that doesn't make any sense because he did it.
Maybe the voice role?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, what did you find? What's your final pick there? I don't even know. I don't know if I agree with that you're going to keep the guy that's going to steal jobs from young black men.
He didn't do it.
He
Someone
did do
else
it. He did do it. I don't think it's a good look.
Fine. Little Giants. Devin Sawa.
Just take them. Just say the
And
two
it's
guys.
such a.
Just say the two guys. Just say.
But I
just
love
don't
the
sing
movie.
song.
But I love the movie.
The Lion King.
Little Giants and the
Do you love
Lion
it
King.
more or the Lion King more?
I can't watch the stampede scene in The Lion King, so I would say I love Little Giants more.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
wow.
love that movie.
Lion King was huge.
Because Becky
you had the
is
soundtrack.
awesome. I think I also kind of
You thought you were Becky, didn't you?
I felt like
You could have played
could
on
relate.
the boys'
I
team.
could well
In hoops.
yeah.
I think in hoops
No,
you thought.
but I felt like I
Not
could
in
relate
football.
to her because she was a little bit chunkier, a little
I
bit.
wouldn't say she was chunky.
She wasn't chunky, but she was just a little bit more tomboy.
Why? How about say wide-shouldered?
What? Yes, she was Icebox.
She was Icebox. They called her Icebox because she built like a square.
Yeah, so I totally could understand what she was going through and how
Sure.
she was in love with Junior Floyd but he kind of liked the cheerleader cousin. Yeah. It's definitely Little Giants.
So my number 2 thing from 1992 is going to be your number 1. No, it's not. We're going to have the same number 1. My number 2 thing from 1994 is Shawshank Redemption. The movie I probably rewatched more than any movie in the world. It was between that and Pulp Fiction for me. Again, not 2 movies in 1994 that I cared about even at all. I definitely got into Shawshank Redemption before I got into Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Because it was on TV so fast and you'd watch it in the early 90s on all the time. Pulp Fiction was I had to be a little older to watch it. I was pretty young the first time I saw Pulp Fiction though. I can't lie.
I was not.
Shawshank Redemption is my second favorite thing from 1994. It's so damn good. It's so dang good.
So dang good.
So dang good that I probably watched it on TV. You watched last week another movie I watched on TV a bazillion times growing up with commercials. So it even had, if you noticed while you watched it on YouTube TV, even though there was no commercials in it, they had the commercial break blackouts, which was kind of funny. It almost made me feel like it was 1992. Was that? Yeah, I think so. So yeah, Shawshank Redemption is one of those TV shows. You watch it, even though there's commercials, you didn't care. You'd watch that bad boy till the end. Andy Dufresne.
I've only seen it once.
It was my introduction to a lot of young children's introduction to Morgan Freeman. I didn't know who Morgan Freeman was before I saw that movie. Obviously it was in shit before that, but just wasn't shit that I got my eyes on. So Morgan Freeman, Andy Dufresne, which is Tim Robbins. So yeah, 1994's. Are you a Shawshanker? Do you like Shawshank?
I've only seen it once.
What?
Yeah.
Tara, how long ago was that?
A long time.
That's crazy. You should rewatch Shawshank Redemption.
Shawshank.
Tara, I'm just going to tell you right now, I might have to make you rewatch it for this. There might be some stuff I mentioned here that you didn't watch that it's not, since you haven't seen them. But Tara, you should just rewatch Shawshank because it's like the best. Tara, what's your number 1 thing from 1992?
No, 94.
I can't remember, Tara. We've done so many of these. Tara, what's your number 1 thing from 1994? Because it's the same as mine. I know that for goddamn much.
You think?
You better say it right, though. You better get it right. What is it?
I don't think we have the same one.
It fucking better be.
Mine is Crazy Sexy Cool.
Yeah. What the fuck else would it be? What are you
TLC.
talking about?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't think it's the same thing? If I'm saying it, I fucking know what it is. It should almost be an auto. We should almost double auto this month.
Well,
I might even put that in auto and take Seal out. That's how good it is.
It's
TLC,
so good.
it was actually bigger. God, it might be the auto. We can both keep it at 1 tier, but I think we should put it in our auto. And just an honorable mention, Seal is it maybe pretend it's an auto because from a rose. TLC's Crazy Sexy Cool. Talk about it a little bit.
Oh my gosh. I think it was the first album that I owned where I knew every single song.
Mm-hmm.
They were just TLC's the coolest band. Just super awesome. great singers, beautiful. You have your rapper in there, a little nutty rapper.
Sure.
Waterfalls
I mean,
was the first song that just, the music video was great. Oh, it just was like that first song where I was like, I want to hear this song all the time.
you also stole T-Boz's nickname.
I did.
You also stole T-Boz's nickname.
T-Boz.
Here's what I'm going to say about TLC. It was a phenomenon. Waterfall didn't technically come out until 95 as a single, but we had the record, I think, already. We all knew the record. Creep came out in 94.
Red Light Special.
But we're going to count it all. We're going to count.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know that. I think Red Light Special was 90. I think it also came out in 95. It just Creep came out at the very end of the year. The album came out at the end of the year. But 1994, Crazy Sexy Cool. Everybody loved it. It was Waterfall became. I know that was 95 that it came. The video came out.
Yeah.
But it was such a magical hit, and the song was huge. I was obsessed. I was so in love with Lisa Left Eye Lopez. I thought she was like the hottest person on the planet. Chili.
She was my favorite.
Chili was also in the mix of very sexy. She was very beautiful. I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. The way you looked at Jonathan Taylor Thomas and Devin Sawa, I was definitely looking at Lisa Left Eye Lopez and Chili from that. And then T-Boz, as it was when I was younger, I was like, I wasn't really into her, but then as I kind of came into it all, I look back, I'm like, oh my gosh, she was pretty hot too. She just wasn't those two.
Yeah.
I didn't have room for three ladies in my head. I couldn't imagine three ladies in my room, but I could get two, one on each side. The third I didn't know what to do with. So Chili and Lisa Left, rest in peace. But I loved Lisa. When Lisa Left Eye Lopez died, I was pretty sad about that. And then when you're young and then you find out later on, like I didn't find out when I was like then that Lisa Left Eye Lopez burned down Andre Rison's house when they were dating. Like what the fuck? So she's fired.
Like I did know about that.
No, it happened earlier. It happened like before that album, Tara. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
So how would you know about it if you didn't know who they were?
No, I knew about it when they started to. I knew who they were before that because they had the other album where they wore condoms on their eyeballs.
You knew about that before that? You don't know about that before that.
Yes, I did.
I don't buy that.
Well, I knew about, like, I knew way before I was an adult.
Yeah, I agree with that. It was a thing that they talked about, but it wasn't then when you were a 9-year-old girl. You didn't know about the condom thing.
Maybe not.
We learned about that as we because they got really big with the Waterfall. And that's how we really got to know them.
Yes.
So, but yeah, I think I think it's an auto. But we'll both keep it. Let's keep it at one because I've run out of things that I want to put at one.
Oh yeah.
Like other things could be on my list, but I don't want to shuffle my list in again. But we can both keep them at one and make it an auto at the same time. I feel like. Mm-hmm. Also, a great album cover. The red cover. It said "Crazy Sexy Cool" on it. Yeah, and it's just their like black silhouette, like not even silhouette, whatever it was, whatever you call that. But it was an awesome album cover. You have it right on vinyl.
Yeah,
I don't.
It also has like little like interludes and sketches that they did.
Mm-hmm. They were on all that.
Digging on you.
They were on all that.
On me.
I think probably that's their song. I would imagine that year.
That is, they sing that all that song.
Oh yeah, that is their song.
That is them. Yes.
Oh no shit, that's right. TLC in general, 1994.
Yes,
that's right. You're
TLC.
Right. Duh. TLC, 1994. Killing it. Killing the game.
So good. Ugh.
Well, let's do some honorable mention. What's some? Oh wait. So before we do honorable mentions, I'm gonna do. What is that?
That's
you.
Oh,
that's my phone. I went to open for some reason. I accidentally opened up Instagram. I could just hear.
I feel like I heard
Cecily Strong's stupid ass voice. Let me do my before we do honorable mention. I don't want to. I'm gonna do. I end up so sports movies were just too good in 1994 that I did a top 5 sports movies from 1994. I couldn't put any of them on the list. I had to make its own separate list. A couple of them got even left off. So some surprising ones got left off, I would say, for some people. It's not going to be my list that in that moment, it's going to be the list that just my top 5 from that time.
Yeah.
Okay. My number 5 sports movie from 1994 was. It's hard. Which one is it? There's two there. There's two at 5 that it's hard for me to pick. My number 5 sports movie from 1994 is D2 Mighty Ducks. D2 Mighty Ducks almost didn't make the list because I really love the air up there. Really love the air up there. The Jimmy Dolan shake and bake. But I went with D2 Mighty Ducks because of the Knuckle Puck.
The Knuckle
And
Puck.
the Bash Bros.
The Bash
Ooh,
Bros.
D2. I actually probably was more
So
of a
good.
D2 Mighty. I think I was more of a D2 Mighty Ducks guy than the original Mighty Ducks guy. I love the original Mighty Ducks.
Yeah.
But like the first one's definitely a better movie, but the second one was fun and like just like memorable thing. It got bigger and more fun.
Yes.
With the Bash Bros and the figure
Keenan,
skaters and the
like,
what?
Keenan's
Yeah,
just
Keenan.
being on like the street, and that's how they get him on the
Who
team.
knew that Keenan would be the guy that's still in our goddamn lives
I know.
30 years later.
Knuckle
I just realized
Puck.
this is our 30th anniversary one, Tara. It's 2024. It's 30 years since 1994. This is the 30-year anniversary of 19. This is our first one that's like that 30 mark. It's 30 years this year to 19.
Crazy.
To 2024.
30 years ago. That hurt my feelings a little bit.
It did. Well, Tara, I told you the same year Glenn Robinson was drafted was the year Giannis was born.
I know.
Okay, so my number 4 sports movie from 1994 is Blue Chips. Love Blue Chips. When I was is it that great of a movie when I go back and watch it? Not really, but I loved Blue Chips. It had Shaq in it. It had Anthony Hardaway in it. Penny. There's some white guy that wasn't. He was just I don't even know who he is anymore. I don't even want to look it up. And it had Nick Nolte as the coach, and it was awesome. And he was out of control. And he was swearing he's like basically a Bobby Knight type of coach.
Yeah.
And it was like almost about paying play. It was really fun. Paying players. So my number 4 sports movie from 94 is Blue Chips. Okay. And then these last 3. And then my number 3 was, I got some doubles in here. My number 3 thing from 1994 was Major League 2. I loved Major League 2.
I did too.
I actually think I saw it before I saw the original Major League, to be quite honest. But you had all these fun characters. You got to talk about the guy who has no marbles. Basically, he's taunting his teammate. And it's just I forget that guy's name. I should pull up some of the characters' name. I'm so bad at stuff. Major League 2. Sadly, Wesley Snipes wasn't in 2, by the way. He left, and it became a guy. So I actually didn't even know they were the same character until later in life when he was Willie Mays Hayes. It was Omar Epps. It was my introduction to Omar Epps as Willie Mays Hayes. And obviously you have Tom Berenger and Charlie Sheen and Roger Dorn is Corbin Bernstein. Oh yeah, Pedro Serrano was he got super into like voodoo and stuff because he was having such a slump. And then Bob Uecker's back. Man, I loved Major League 2. I was a big Major League 2 guy over Major League 1 just because I think I saw it first as a kid. This is going to be controversial on your end, but my number 2 sports movie from 1994 was Little Giants. Love Little Giants. As far as kids movies go and sports movies go, it's really hard to top. Quoted, watched probably the only other sports movie I've ever seen more than Little Giants is probably The Sandlot, if I had to guess. Maybe not even. Maybe the more one I've seen the most. But yeah, you got Icebox, you got Devin Sawa, you've got
the annexation of Puerto Rico.
The annexation of Puerto Rico. You've got
the guy John Madden.
You do have John Madden. Emmett Smith made an appearance. Jerry Rice.
Yeah.
You had Rick Moranis.
Spike.
Yeah, Spike I was going to get to, but you had Spike as well. And you had...
You have Ed O'Neill.
Ed O'Neill, Rick Moranis killing it. The guy that played Spike you would see in other stuff. He played a great villain. He was also the bad guy.
Ed O'Neill was such a dick.
Spike was also the bad guy in Brink. That's all you need to know. Yeah, Ed O'Neill
just got villain energy.
Ed O'Neill was a piece of shit, brother. Yeah. In that one. Yeah, we
Oh,
really,
it's so
yeah, we
good.
really creamed him by showing up.
Showing up.
You know, that alone makes it. You'd think it would be
I just
number
saw
one.
Bird the other day, and I wanted to say that to him.
Yeah, why didn't you?
I don't know.
Johnny, I'm Johnny.
Johnny, I'm Johnny.
God,
That's
it's
so
good.
good.
You got the little weird kid,
With
little
the
skinny
nose
twerp.
booger.
Yeah, and he's like, does the thing where he puts his head down in his. God, it's good.
Yeah, like the turtley thing.
The more I think about it, it's my number
It's
one.
so good.
But it's not my number one, Tara.
What is your number one?
My number one sports movie from 1994 is Above the Rim. I love Above the Rim. Tara, have you ever seen Above the Rim? It's about like this like inner city kid in like New York. He wants to go play basketball at Georgetown.